Hi, Julian. Good to see you and good to be talking about this project. We've just spoken to Shai and got a huge sort of framework for what urban co-living is.
Amazing.
Um,
Great
it's,
concept.
it's it's really exciting and it's a very exciting project for Hold. This is a Hold signature property. What does that actually mean? And why have you partnered with Shai and Eitan and Communit on this project?
So Shy holds a signature project. Hold within Hold. There's a division headed up by Ari Shapiro and Dor Haddad, where they look at places where they see opportunity in urban renewal projects, in Tama 38 projects, and really in just developing real estate in Israel, both residential and commercial. So that's where this project came from. And that's one of our signature products, which means it holds the whole brand and the Hold is developing it.
Amazing. And can you tell us a little bit more about the location? I mean, we've learned a bit about the concept of urban co-living, but why is this location so special?
Nikki, just to go back a step, I think one of the things that really impressed Dor and Ari when they met with Shai and Eitan was just the personality. We've experienced over the last couple of minutes the passion that these two individuals have for building these communities around Israel is incredible. And we've had some projects. We've had a project in Haifa that's been very successful, but we were looking for something where we could partner with Eitan and Shai. And this property came up. We will, where we look for opportunities is where there's something exciting that's happening in the area. This particular project, and I'm just going to go to the slide, you can see the actual building is located just off the port. So It's literally, a stone's throw away from the port. And also the port's going through an urban renewal. So there's ideas to actually upgrade the Haifa port, which will take a couple of years. And very importantly as well is just the historical value. It's an older part of Haifa, but it started to attract students. It's started to attract young executives. It's got an amazing technion. It's got an amazing hospital in Haifa. And these people want to live in areas where, they can live together as a community, as Shai was explaining. So we've got an incredible location. It's got an incredible nightlife for the tenants who live in it. So that's really
with 11,000 students, I'm sure it's a party every single night in the area. It must be
interesting.
must be.
Chatting to one of our colleagues yesterday in the office who lives near Zichron Yaakov, and he actually went into Haifa. It was on Friday night for dinner, and he was literally
Blown away. Yeah.
Blown away by what goes on there at night.
He said it's amazing. Really. I mean, we've seen it during the day and it's a huge vibe with pubs and art shops. And it kind of reminds me of a little bit like Jaffa and what Jaffa has become in Tel Aviv. I kind of see that same trend happening here. And just, just the coffee shops and the shop. It's amazing.
And also, Nikki, just to add to, from a location point of view, there's been, it's all about commuting around the city and the country. And there has been an announcement a couple of months ago that there's going to be a high-speed train eventually running between Haifa and Tel Aviv. So we can foresee a situation where people live here and work in Tel Aviv, on a high-speed train as they expand that.
Right. And Hartmut Street itself, where this building is located, is a central street with, buses and access to, any kind of, sort of so central where this is located.
Very much so. With all the facilities around, there's a market right nearby. There's the Baha'i Gardens, which, is also literally walking distance. So a lot going on.
Yeah. Amazing. Tell us a little bit more. I mean, I know we've got another slide that sort of speaks to the opportunity here for investors, because we do know that, Hold has a model where people can get involved. Why do you feel that purchasing a micro unit in a project like this is a great way for investors to get into the market?
Nikki, a couple of reasons. I mean, one of them is the price points. It's a really nice, relatively affordable way to get into the market. With units starting at 1.5 million shekels. As Shai was saying, it could get delivered this time next year. So
Right.
there is an opportunity where, you can put down 20% and pay off the balance over the period of time. And then also, we're able to get mortgages on it.
What is the situation, just for people who are watching from overseas, in terms of mortgages? A foreigner is entitled to a 50% mortgage.
That's correct. Entitled to, but obviously subject to bank approval.
Right.
They could get 50% of the purchase price financed by a bank through a mortgage. Quite interestingly, because of the confidence that we have in Shai Natan and the operator, that we're able to offer a guaranteed return. So there's going to be a guaranteed amount of rental that the people that are buying these apartments are going to get in the project.
From the tenants.
From the tenants.
And the management, obviously from the management company, which is Communit, that will then pay out the owners the rentals.
That's
okay.
Correct. So interesting also, Nikki, is that there's going to be, there's two sources of revenue in this. One is from the actual rental that the tenants pay, and then also from the management fee. So, once the operator's taken off the operating costs, any balance of those funds will then be distributed to the owners of the property. So it's two revenue streams in the property, which is also very exciting and interesting.
Right. What are the next steps for people who would like to find out more information about investing in this project? Give us a sense of what Hold Real Estate's role is in terms of that first interaction with potential buyer, all the way to delivery and collection of rental and management. Give us the buyer workflow and what people can expect.
So, Nikki, just to preempt, to start by saying, what the services that we provide. So, one is obviously to engage with us, and within this, there will be a link to make contact with us, and we'll reach out to you and perhaps schedule a personal Zoom call. But what Hold do is, really from those calls, we manage the entire process. So most of the people that invest with us are foreigners, and most of them actually purchase these apartments remotely. So we open up the bank accounts, we arrange the mortgages. We have operational teams on the ground, engineers that are actually in the building, inspecting that what's meant to be done is getting done correctly. We do all the pre-delivery inspections to make sure that everything is working within these apartments. And then thereafter, we ensure that the apartments are managed correctly.
Right.
We currently, Shai was mentioning about the rental market and how terrifying it is here for tenants. I think it's one of the things that we pride ourselves in, is actually managing the apartments. Currently, we're managing over 180 apartments in Israel. And I'd like to think that we've got happy tenants, and that just makes, happy investors, ensuring that apartments are getting looked after for the investor and for the tenants.
It sounds, the whole project sounds exciting. It's something that's new, it's fresh. I think it's something that people would be interested in seeing. For those people who could be traveling to Israel, is it possible to potentially take them to see the project? How would that work if someone's coming to Israel over the next couple of months and would be interested to see more? Most
definitely. We have got access into the building. It does require closed shoes and hard hats, but we can certainly get into the project. I mean, it's an incredible view to see from the roof.
Julian, let's change a slide, just one back to the slide of the building. I just want to see if we can sort of get I think here we've sort of given a sense of what you see from the building. Firstly, I think that the fact that this building is on this historical boulevard in itself. I know we've spoken a little bit about the design, and we know that we try to maintain the look and feel of the building. Yes. But I've been on the rooftop, and I've looked over at the Baha'i Gardens, which is just incredible. And then the port, and I think there's a slide just showing the nightlife. This is literally what you see. This is the vibe. It's like
that's incredible. I mean, this
incredible. the graffiti, the vibe on the street, the coffee shops. So
Absolutely.
I think there's going to be a waiting list for people wanting to live in this community for sure.
No, that's definitely.
Great.
As Shai was saying, since 2017, people that go in, you've got to kind of, it sounds like, get married and have a kid before you get to move out.
Right.
There's a huge demand that we've seen in the Tel Aviv projects.
Right.
Also, just a bit about the plans for the port.
Yeah.
Incredible plans to redevelop that port, which is literally less than 100 meters away. So lots going on.
And I suppose from an investment perspective, once over the next couple of years with this urban renewal, that initial investment's just going to grow.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Okay, amazing. Well, thank you, Julian, and thank you, Shai. Shai, I'm not sure if you want to add anything else before we sign off.
But I think, especially in these times, I think these kind of projects really that give hope and give something that on benefit of the society, to bring people together.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for joining us. We will make the details available about this project and how you can get in touch with Hold if you want to hear more. We will also share some details to get in touch with Shai and Eitan from Communit if you're interested in some of their other projects. Thank you so much to Dan for always running our webinar so smoothly. And we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar, which should be coming up soon.
Thank you, Nikki.